Hi, I've got Diana and Jerome with me here today on 10th of August 2022. Now, Jerome and Diana have been in my coaching program for probably coming up to just over a year now. I think they joined in August last of year. How you guys going there, Jerome and Diana? How you going?
Yeah, so far we're okay. We're good.
We're doing good. Definitely better than last year.
Better than last year. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. Good to hear. So, hey, thanks for coming along this afternoon and volunteering to help, have a chat to me this afternoon here. Now, look, it'd be really great to just to get an idea. Think back a year ago before you joined the program, and maybe if you don't mind sharing a little bit of insight around what was going on in your life in the day-to-day sense at that time for you guys.
So prior to joining the program, I guess our focus back then was, just getting the best interest rate, in a fixed term basis. We didn't really care about our expenses. Well, for as long as, we've got the best rate, then I think we are all good. So apart from that, we did have credit cards, which obviously became out of control. This led to a lot of stress, emotional, mental stress. And we just saw ourselves like stuck. I mean, yes, we do have a house. However, that fulfillment, the feeling of fulfillment is not there. So I was just constantly stressing out, with Jerome about our finances. I think we need to do something about it. And then I came across Rohit's Facebook ad.
Nice.
It was an invite to a webinar, as they call it.
Yes.
So I told Jerome about it, and then he was actually at work during that time, but I told him, let's just jump in. It's free anyway. Let's let's listen, and maybe we can pick up some learnings from that.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. We signed up, and what was our original term? A mortgage term, 28 years, right? Yeah, we were originally 28 years on a fixed term mortgage, and after 12 months, we do see ourselves just paying our mortgage to about 11 years. So that's a big reduction.
Let's just, so before you joined the program, you had a mortgage of about 28 years to go.
Yeah.
And if memory serves me right, you had a number of debts, and you had a few lay-bys and buy now, pay later facilities, right? So you're onto the shopping side of things, just tapping away on the credit card, right? Without actually really realizing what you're spending your money on.
Yeah.
So once you join the program and you've, a 28-year term, and you've been able to work on getting that down to 11 years, is what you're saying, right?
That's correct.
You've got 11 years to pay your mortgage off now. How does that feel?
Of course, it's good knowing that there's a reason now where financially we know where we kind of stand, because before we just look for the bank with the lowest interest and then probably sign up with them. That's it. Not knowing what kind of cash flow we have, but after joining your program, then we realized oh, okay, there's more to know. Getting the money and then spend here, spend there,
And I guess it's all about, educating ourselves as well. We didn't have that knowledge, about cash flow and how all these lay-bys and afterpays and credit cards had, a big effect on us. Now we have 0 credit cards, and we're not signed up in any of those lay-by and afterpay, meaning that before we spend a dollar, even a dollar, we have we have conversations, is it worth it? Or even the timing, like, do we have to buy it now? Do we have to purchase it now? Or when is the best time to purchase this? Should we just, do it on the day we get paid? So stuff like that. It may sound like too much, but then end of the day, if you just follow what Rohit has been teaching, it comes out naturally.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I really what do you call it? Realize.
Yeah.
Took some time, it took some time. Especially I was I probably have 3 to 4 like some sort of lay-by and what else? Afterpay scheme, things like that. So it took some time for me to realize that I might not be paying some kind of interest, but it's just a matter of is it a need or is it a want?
Mm.
So I become more conscious about spending my money, and because financially before we have this where we're not thinking of expenses and then saving. I mean, saving is not. Yeah, we will set aside some money, but it's not the way you help us realize that it should be systematically. And like what you said, if we can like delay purchasing it or getting it, then if we can manage. And yeah, we become more conscious, and we actually extend that mentality to our kids, and we're actually well, proud in a way, because they'll be the one who said, no, I can still manage, I can still use this and that.
Mm.
So by encouraging our kids to be more practical, then it works for us, because we don't have to buy, even though it's just what, $5, $3, still a dollar.
Money.
Still your hard-earned money, as I say, right? It's your
Yeah,
hard-earned money.
and especially with the inflation right now. So we're just thinking, like, imagine if we didn't join this program, and then with the current finances right now, then we'll probably
We'll struggle.
I'll probably doing another job,
Mm.
who knows? I'll probably be baking more. I don't know.
Getting that side hustle income going, eh? Absolutely. So look, it's been 12 months, and we've had you've got some education behind the coaching program and learnt and become financially savvy around your cash flow, and you're more aware of your expenses now, right? And how to handle your money and around your money management, right? And the great thing is that you have been able to pass that knowledge on to your children. So that's a good thing for them, for their future too, right? I'm really pleased that you've been able to do that. So well done and good on you. So I guess the big thing here is let's just take it back. You had a 28-year mortgage, and now it's going to be 11 years. That's a big amount of time that you're saving on paying your mortgage off, right? It's 14 years of your life that you're not having to pay the mortgage. Do you know how much interest savings that's going to be for you guys?
Heaps.
I don't memorize the numbers, but it's definitely, it's a significant, high number, high value of interest.
6 digits, high 6 digits, yeah. So that's money going back into your pocket and not the lender, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not into the bank's profit.
Absolutely. And now, we were just talking a little bit earlier, you've been able to, since you've been in the program, you've been able to do a number of things and use your own money to pay for things, right? And I know you had certain things on your roadmap that you wanted to achieve.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think one of those was getting our windows.
Some housework, double glazing of the window,
and
which is
buying tickets.
Ticket to plane tickets for a holiday.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Mhm. We were actually at that time when we realized how much it cost, we were like, but then if we're to book that right now, then
Prices have gone up.
we will definitely be paying more.
Yeah.
So it's kind of relief for us,
Yes.
and at least we don't have to worry about it anymore. Now all we have to do is just where to go. You know, that's
Just planning
just
the
planning the trip.
holiday
That's right.
specifics and being careful again on
Yes.
where to put, the holiday money into.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
you're going on you're planning a holiday at the end of this year, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we'll be going home
Yes.
for well-deserved R&R.
Absolutely well deserved. How long has it been since you've been home?
Since I got here, 2014, so it's been more than 8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah, we we were supposed to go a few years back, but
COVID happened.
COVID happened.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, but it's
Now,
okay now.
now though, no credit cards and no other debt. You're paying for these things, and you did renovations to your home, paying it out of your own cash flow. Your tickets for your family holiday back to Philippines, and all paid out of your own cash.
Exactly.
Fabulous. How do you feel?
Well, it was
What?
scary. And the first time it's like, oh, that's X amount of money gone. But then again, it's gone, right? Unlike before, we pay it using credit cards. You go on a holiday, you come back from your holiday, and it's still there. You have to pay for it. So that's the
Mhm.
headache. So it feels so great. Yeah.
Awesome. And obviously now you can have a much more relaxed holiday knowing it's all paid for.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't
Yeah.
have to worry about buy now and then pay later.
Later.
You know, and we're
Yes.
actually proud because we're able to buy and purchase some things, either product or service that we're able to pay cash.
Yeah.
You
It's a
know.
good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a good
At first
feeling.
it was like, is it worth it? But then, you know,
And Rohit, now it's Jerome who controls me more with
Fabulous.
with spending it. Before it was the other way around. I'm
Fabulous.
being audited more often now.
I don't know. It was probably a midlife crisis where I tend to buy everything, you know. Because I was
Glad that's over.
because back then money was, I mean, overtime was, whew. But now we come to I've come to a realization that it's not really how much you make, it's how much you save. So
That's right.
I guess I'm happy now. I'm actually she's helping me sell some of the stuff that
Yeah.
I realized that I don't really need that, but back
Yes.
then it was a necessity. Now it's, you have to dispose this, sell this, we don't really need it.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? You've been able to realize it's the impulse buys that you don't need to buy, right?
Yeah.
And it's more rewarding when you work towards something that you really want to buy and you've managed to
Mhm.
save the money for it, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like you've been able to save money, do your renovations, pay for your trip, and this is only in 1 year.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been a year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
It
1
feels
year.
like we've been part of this program for years now, but just think that's only been a year.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
1 year.
It's amazing what you can do, isn't it, in
Easy.
1 year?
It's crazy. Yeah. It took some time to
Yep.
adjust, but once you really believe, I think I was reluctant at first, even though I know that she's the one who takes care of her finances. I was still a bit hesitant because for me, I mean, it felt like it's controlling the quality of life that I want.
Mm.
Then again, you have to just believe and sacrifice and then look at the big picture. So
Yeah. So, and that's a good thing. So, really, in the end of the day, do you feel you've had to make much sacrifice in your lifestyle to be able to achieve what you've done? Or have you been able to, with a little bit of cutback here and there, still been able to maintain
let's just say it was not an easy road, because I'm happy that she's always constantly reminding me, and then at the end of the day, it's my choice anyway. But once I crossed that bridge where I realized that, okay, I'm not a single guy anymore. No, there's really no purpose of buying this and all that, because I guess I was just justifying it because back then when I was young, I never had these things, material things. And once I made that realization, which it took me like quite some time. So, but then it was all smooth sailing back then. Of course, it's not a perfect journey. We every now and then will be encountering some sort of financial problem a little bit, but
Yeah.
with money that we have right now, uh, we're like just uh, work together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, life has never been good.
So that's like I say, life happens, right? And unexpected costs do come along. And at least now you've got the ability to pay for these expenses as they arise. Whereas in the past, you probably would have been scratching your head and thinking, how are we going to pay for this?
Exactly.
And then thinking of credit card, tap, tap, tap.
Correct.
Yeah. So look, it's been very insightful, and I've really appreciated your time this afternoon. I guess one thing is, you alluded to earlier, you were a little bit reluctant at first about joining the program. And I guess anyone that's considering joining the program at the moment who's watching this video, what would you tell them if they were thinking about joining the program? What would be the thing that you would tell them?
I guess, just go through every material that Rohit will provide you. And I guess these testimonials, not just from us, but from other members as well, would testify that it is working. I mean, honestly, it's more of I don't know, mental health.
Yeah.
It has really improved. At first, yes, maybe the information may be overwhelming, and with all, I guess, the advertisements on TV about banks doing this and that, and maybe even articles on the newspaper. I mean, Rohit being always available, you're definitely welcome, and he's open to, very accommodating. He's open to answering any questions. But yeah, I guess just believe in the process. At first, there's just maybe a lot of, I mean, you just have to be very what do you call it, organized with all the paperwork. But then after that, I guess everything will be smooth flowing. Yes, adjustments will be there. It will be difficult, especially if you're on that side where you just spend money here and there without really thinking hard about it. It's really going to change your life. But we tell you, it's really for the better. And if you have kids, I think this is the best way, to be in, and also to plan early with regards to any financial, with your financial situation.
Plus, any program will always have its pros and cons, and uh, the best thing that you should have is to be open-minded. No matter what kind of program, the benefits it will give you. If you're close-minded, then you won't be able to appreciate it, which I was at first, because I mean, at first, in my opinion, it felt silly for someone to actually just tell me, who I haven't met personally, just tell me what to do financially, like it's my money. But then as time goes by, days, weeks, then it made me realize that, okay, Rohit is actually advising us to do this. I mean, he's doing it not for him, it's for us. So
Yeah, and he's been
and
through that, right?
and yeah, I tell you, it will also definitely involve a lot of sacrifice. I mean, not just for myself, but for us as a family as well. I mean, we just probably become more smarter, wiser with our finances.
Mm.
And back then it was just, I just tell her because, oh, I got money, overtime left and right. But then again, you never know. I guess it's always preparing for the unexpected. And there were times that I don't envy my friends, or that I don't feel jealous whenever we go to a party and then they talk about cars and trips and all that. And for me, I mean, deep inside, whenever I'm into that conversation, I'm just happy that I don't have any pending debts, like, oh, next week I have to pay a certain amount to this card and that card. I don't. I'm not thinking that way anymore. So I just get a small portion of my weekly. That's for my budget and all that. Then I try to work on my budget without joining. I was very close to joining back, but then again, it's not worth it. Like, pay after pay and all that, not worth it. So just save a little bit, and then as I keep on saving, I realize that I don't really need it.
Yeah.
So I guess my advice for everyone is be open-minded. Then once you absorb all the information that Rohit will share to you, then I think it's time to sacrifice. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not for Rohit. It's for you and your family. I mean, like, there's nothing better than being able to reduce the 25 years, 30 years period of mortgage to 11, 10, you know?
And at the end of the day, you will also be reaping the fruits of your labor. So maybe we always talk about sacrifice, but it's not always pure sacrifice. There's definitely contentment there, fulfillment, and that's where we all aim to be. And with this program, it will definitely help you to be in a healthy state of mind.
There will always be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
There's light at the end of the tunnel for sure. So, when you talk about sacrifice, you're talking about your sacrifice and having to give up the ad hoc purchases, right? On goods, shoes, or clothing, or whatever you were buying at the time. That was ad hoc purchases that you make on a whim, without actually thinking about it from your cash flow point of view, right? And affordability. But in the sense with your money management now and the way you're living your life, would you say you're making many sacrifices outside of not being able to buy those things right away? You're more or less.
Well, at this point, not really. I mean, I guess I would say it was a midlife crisis when you want to pay a lot.
Yeah.
Then again, after it started with just a week, then a month. I mean, she was actually kidding me, like, oh, what do you want to get for your birthday, or do you want to get a shoes? I'm like, I mean, yeah. Once I'm over that hump, I never look back, and I kind of just laugh it off when I look at some of the things that I bought before, like, why did I even get this? Then so it's a good wake up call for me.
Nice.
Change.
But then again, it's something that everybody has to go through.
Yeah.
To realize that, okay, you've done this and that. I mean, if you really want to decrease the period time of your mortgage, you're not the one who should just sacrifice. It's as a couple, and it's a good thing that she's very supportive as well. And it took some time, really.
Yep.
I was never really, I mean, even my parents cannot control me with my finances. So I'm like, who's this guy? And not knowing this guy is a savior. And it's just the guy who made me realize that, okay, yes, you're earning this, but where will that money will go 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Look, it's been an awesome journey so far, and seeing you guys progress so far in 12 months already. I'm really pleased for you and what you've been able to achieve. And I guess the last question I have is just describe the feeling you have now that you're in the program and you've been able to, you know, knock out 14 years already on your mortgage down to 11 years. How do you feel about all that? Just sum it up in a sentence or two.
More good sleep, I guess. And, you know, you're just at ease and peace, sorry, at peace mentally. And you're confident that despite all of these inflation going around, that you are still in a good place financially, for as long as, you know, you are practicing what has been taught or has been taught in the program, then you'll be fine, even if interest rates are going up, which actually, you know, still gives me a little fright whenever I get that letter from our bank notifying us of the increase. Again, we just have to be open-minded, look at the bigger picture rather than what you're just being charged now. So yeah, look at the bigger picture, and that will be taught in the program. So yeah, thank you very much. It's been a great journey so far, and looking forward to our big holiday as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, it's been awesome to have a chat with you this afternoon there, Jerome and Diana. Thank you very much for sharing that with me and anybody that does watch this video afterwards. And you know, it's the world's your oyster, obviously. It's, you know, we've just got the parameters in place and the processes in place for you to follow. And really it's up to the individual at the end of the day to be able to get the result. And that's part of what we are doing here with our coaching program. So once again, thank you very much, guys, and we'll catch up again.
Thank you again, Rohit.
Yeah.